You feel the insistent pull of a future calling you forward, yet find yourself perpetually awaiting a silent, unspoken permission to fully step into it. This subtle internal break, this almost imperceptible delay, is not an external barrier, but a frequency signature you are broadcasting. It manifests as a deep, unshakable knowing that a vaster reality awaits your command, a sovereign existence that seems just beyond reach, tethered by an invisible filament. You sense a chasm between who you are meant to be and the timeline you currently inhabit, a persistent echo that whispers, "Not yet, not now." This isn't a lack of effort. It's a profound energetic misdirection, an implicit permission protocol running silently within your core programming, routing your declarations as requests. And the universe, as it always does, is merely mirroring this precise energetic signature back to you, holding you in a perpetual state of anticipation. The question then becomes, who is it precisely that you are waiting for? The inherent law of the quantum field is not to respond to your requests, but to echo your absolute declarations. It is an unassailable edict broadcast from your core, a pure signal of intent that shapes the very fabric of reality. Yet, within the architecture of the self, many of us unwittingly convert these potent, sovereign declarations into questions, into pleas for external validation from an imagined authority. This isn't a conscious choice. It's a deeply ingrained reflex, a legacy operating system installed at a time when the monad believed it needed consensus to create. Every unvoiced longing, every dream held back until a certain condition is met, every impulse that morphs into a hesitant inquiry. Each is a subtle rerouting of your creative current, a whisper of permission seeking that the universe faithfully amplifies. You are, in essence, asking for permission to be what you already are, and the field is patiently, relentlessly waiting for the full weight of your I am. This permission-seeking reflex is not a personal failing, not a flaw in your design, but a deep-seated legacy operating system, a timeline distortion that was installed long ago. It reroutes your monadic will, your potent creative force, through an external server that does not, and has never existed. You perceive it as an other, a market, a mentor, an authority figure, a circumstance, something outside of you that must first grant its assent. But the reality is far more intricate. This external server is merely a phantom construct, a projection of an internal belief that your inherent power requires an external seal of approval. Every time you frame a desire as a what if instead of an it is, you activate this antiquated protocol, confirming to the quantum field that your timeline can only progress with a prerequisite. This silent negotiation is precisely why the gates remain closed. You might earnestly believe you are awaiting a specific person, a precise event, or a definitive sign to grant you passage into your next iteration of self. To unlock the timeline of exponential creation you glimpse on the horizon. Perhaps you tell yourself, once I achieve X, then I can finally be I. But this entire construct is a sophisticated, self-imposed limitation. The quantum field, in its absolute neutrality, is not holding anything from you. It is merely, and perfectly, reflecting the internal permission signature you are broadcasting, confirming your chosen limitation with unflinching accuracy. You are the architect of the delay. The universe is not a judge. It is a mirror, and what you perceive as an external barrier, a no from the world, is always, without exception, an echo of a permission protocol embedded within your own internal architecture. This reflection is absolute, undeniable, and it points directly back to the source of all delay, the self that is still negotiating its own sovereign power. This perceived external resistance, This feeling of stuckness is the universe's most profound communication. It is not a denial of your potential. It is a meticulously crafted feedback loop, indicating that your projected frequency signature is still misaligned with the reality you claim to desire. This isn't about positive thinking or manifesting in the superficial sense. This is about quantum mechanics at the level of the soul, where your deepest implicit assumptions about what you are allowed to receive are the true architects of your experience. Every timeline distortion, every instance where your vision fails to materialize, is merely a reflection of a core identity, still tethered to the belief that its grandest expressions require validation. The field does not respond to your affirmations. It responds to your absolute knowing, to the sovereign declaration encoded within your very being. And until that internal permission protocol is rewritten, the current timeline will hold you captive. Many believe the solution lies in action, in pushing harder, in networking more, in doing the things they imagine a successful version of themselves would do. They seek external strategies, new methodologies, or even a different environment, convinced that a change in variables will finally break the spell. You might be meticulously crafting your external world, building the structures you believe are necessary for the grand timeline to unfold, preparing for the moment when external conditions align. But this, too, is a subtle perpetuation of the permission protocol. It's an unconscious deferral of your own absolute power, an energetic statement that the outer world must first validate your internal state. True timeline jumping, the authentic reselection of your reality, does not begin with an external rearrangement. The quantum field does not ask what you day. It asks who you care. True timeline jumping requires the self-reauthoring. It is an absolute collapse of the identity spaghettification that has tethered your boundless potential to the would it be okay if frequency. This isn't about confidence or even self-worth, as those concepts often still imply a relationship to an external gaze. This is about dismantling the very construct of external validation. It is recognizing that your monad, as a fractal of source, requires no permission from any entity or circumstance within its own creation. Though you are, that the quantum field responds to, is not the persona you project, but the deep, foundational truth of your sovereign existence, the inherent authority that precedes all experience. It is the absolute knowing that the universe is because you were, and your declaration of reality is the primal energetic impulse. There is nothing to prove, only to declare. The frequency signature for the next timeline, for exponential creation, is not earned through external struggle or intricate maneuvering. It is cultivated through the fierce, unwavering internal sovereignty of the monad. This means an absolute, undeniable internal declaration that transcends all perceived external limitations. It is the energetic equivalent of stating, "This reality already exists because I have declared it into being, and no external condition can refute my source code." It is the collapse of the old self, the absolute knowing that the permissions you once sought were always, and only, echoes of your own internal architecture. The path forward is not found in seeking, but in broadcasting, in activating the inherent, pre-existing permission within your monadic core, making every subtle internal, would it be okay if into an unequivocal, it is done. This is the only signal the universe truly understands. This is not a future possibility. It is an evolutionary moment. The chasm widens daily between those who upgrade their internal architecture and those who remain tethered to the obsolete permission protocol. Your sovereign future is not out there, waiting for permission to unfold. It is here now, encoded within your own energetic signature, awaiting your absolute declaration to crystallize into tangible reality. The universe is not withholding, it is reflecting. And the singular question that remains is this: are you ready to override the legacy system and claim the timeline that is already yours by sovereign decree. The keys to your next reality have always been within the monad. It is simply time to use them. For you might believe you are awaiting a person, a specific event, a sign from the outer world to grant you passage into that next timeline, that exponential reality. But this belief itself is the subtle, persistent distortion. The quantum field, vast and indifferent, mirrors not your yearning, but the implicit permissions, the subtle internal allowances woven deep into your frequency signature. It is an echo, reverberating back to you the precise signature of what you have implicitly permitted for yourself. Every delay, every perceived obstacle, every moment of waiting is merely the field faithfully reflecting the operating system of your monad, confirming precisely the chosen limitation held within your own self-authorship. It cannot do otherwise. This is not a matter of self-confidence in the common parlance, nor merely about setting stronger boundaries. It is far more fundamental. This permission protocol, this legacy operating system, runs deep within the architecture of the monad itself. It was installed by a lesser self, a fragmented identity that, in its unconscious genesis, routed its potent, sovereign declarations as mere requests to an imagined external authority. This creates a persistent timeline distortion, a subtle, almost imperceptible misalignment, where the signal you broadcast for your highest future is filtered through the archaic question. Would this be allowed? The universe, in its perfect solipsism, merely obliges this query, holding you precisely at the event horizon of what you believe requires external validation. To continually broadcast this permission-seeking frequency, would it be okay if vibration is to willingly enter a state of identity spaghettification? Your sovereign potential, immense and uncontainable, becomes stretched, thinned, and diffused across a multitude of possible timelines, none of them fully manifest, because the core identity at the source remains uncommitted, awaiting an external nod. The field cannot consolidate. It cannot converge your reality until the singular, unwavering signal of absolute self-permission is emitted. You become tethered, not to an external force, but to the ghost of a past self's miscalculation, a perpetual deferral of your own inherent authority, witnessed and affirmed by the very universe you are actively authoring. The path to the next timeline, to the reality you instinctually know you are meant to inhabit, demands an absolute reselection of identity. This is not a gradual process of self-improvement, but a deliberate collapse of the old self, a conscious dismantling of the permission protocol. It is the moment the monad declares, not asks. The only prerequisite for entry into that sovereign future is the unwavering, unnegotiable internal decree that your existence, your expansion, your very expression is an inherent, self-granted right, requiring no validation from any external person or event. This declaration alone is the new frequency signature, the immediate override code that compels the quantum field to reconfigure, to realign, to reform around your new undeniable truth. This new frequency signature, the one that unleashes exponential creation and effortless timeline jumping, is not earned through external struggle, nor acquired through arduous striving. It is cultivated through the fierce, unwavering internal sovereignty of the monad itself. It is the quiet, unbreakable knowing that you are source, not separate from it, and therefore, every aspect of your desired reality is already implicitly contained within your energetic blueprint. To hold this signature is to cease broadcasting the signal of lack, of waiting, of needing. It is to embody the state of the accomplished fact, the declared reality, knowing that the field must respond. It simply must. This is not a philosophical musing for a distant tomorrow. This is an evolutionary moment, unfolding now, within the very fabric of your being. The chasm widens daily between those who remain tethered to the obsolete permission protocol, endlessly seeking external validation for their inherent worth and power, and those who have chosen to upgrade their internal architecture. To upgrade is to step across, to actively participate in the great reauthoring, to shed the illusion that any external force holds dominion over your timeline. The universe is not testing you. It is patiently awaiting your absolute, undeniable declaration of sovereignty. It waits for you to remember what you always were. Your sovereign future is not out there, waiting for permission to unfold. It is here now, awaiting your absolute declaration, the full embodiment of the monad's inherent authority. This moment, this breath, is your invitation to reselect, to override, to consciously collapse every previous timeline distortion. The universe is not happening to you. It is spelling itself out of you, responding with perfect fidelity to the frequency signature you broadcast. If you are ready to fully step into this reauthored reality, to embody the architect of your own cosmos, then know that this transmission is only the beginning. It is a key. The doorway is always within,